Hi everybody, welcome to my first real time on the two-yard line of RMS Lusitania. Well, the RMS Lusitania was a two-yard ocean liner while sailing on a 202nd crossing torpedoes fired by the submarine U-20 during the First World War. Well, it is sighted by the crew and an order is given to try to turn the ship away from the torpedo. Unfortunately, however, it's too late. The torpedo strikes the Lusitania. The Lusitania immediately lurches at least 10 degrees to starboard, listing severely. A second explosion happened, either due to armory, if there was any hidden armory on board, or an explosion of coal dust. And the boiler rooms start to flood as well. Well, several crew that could have helped in the lifeboat launching process well. Unfortunately, in the forward cargo holds, the only way out of there is an electric lift. But water floods the boiler rooms this day. The Lusitania is now listing severely to starboard. The Captain Turner gives the order to turn the ship hard to starboard. The forepeak tanks are also starting to flood by now, and well, due to torpedo damage, the ship fails to respond. But a quick note as well, this is more showing the position of the centre line of the Lusitania. Rather than by now the Lusitania is now listing heavily to starboard. Well, distress calls are sent out by the wireless operator. The engines are also to be put on reverse by Captain Turner, but however this doesn't work because the ship continues to move forwards. The propellers starting to emerge from the water, continuing to move forward while the ship is now the ship is continuing to lift to starboard. Wow. Well, many people either going back down to their cabins to collect their belongings, or going up to the upper decks, or use the elevators. 2 and 4 both fall from their davits into the sea. Well, the Lusitania starting to settle by head as well. The boat 2 and 4 both fell from their davits into the water due to their pins breaking. Well, the order is given to evacuate the Lusitania. By now, all the electrical power failed, supply on the electrics fail as well at this stage. Those in either the elevators or those in the elevators are trapped basically and can't escape, and several still in the interiors also find it difficult to get out due to the darkness. Well, panic starts to build on deck as well. The cargo holds are flooding as well. The three members, a lot of through Rinder, the first crew to launch the boat shut. They ring the cargo holds because the ship was due to arrive in port a bit later. They're all trapped in the cargo hold and seem to only way out of the electric lift, which is now inaccessible because of the electrical supply having failed. They're all trapped but down there. The Lusitania is listing about 4 degrees to starboard, basically. The Lusitania is continuing to settle by head further into the water and also listing notably to starboard. Well, our water is also starting to near the superstructure, being roughly 20 feet below. Well, boat 10 rubs against the hull that ends up falling from its davits, spilling its occupants into the sea. The boat 17 also launches, but ends up tipping over. However, though, Albus speed on board survives. By now, water has settled up to the Lusitania's nameplate, with the Lusitania having a heavy, notable starboard lift. Well, the Lusitania's starboard lift starts to worsen against the forecastle that goes under. Well, boat 9 lowers this stage. However, when they release the force where they encounter a problem with it. Well, even though it reaches the sea, it's never releasing, gets dragged down when the Lusitania goes under. Well, by now the Lusitania's boat is now submerging, while water is even starting to near the bridge as well. Well, boat 1, however, has been launched successfully. It's one of the few boats to be launched from the Lusitania successfully. Well, as boat 18 launches, it ends up capsizing, throwing people into the sea. The boat 14 also capsizes while launching, but rights itself afterwards. Well, by now the Lusitania's final plunge begins, basically. The Lusitania begins her final plunge, having managed to travel 2 miles since the torpedo impact. And a few boats have safely managed to get away as the Lusitania begins her final plunge. Well, water is now flooding up the boat deck. The Lusitania's stern starts to rise out of the water. It's been commonly accepted that the Lusitania sank down vertically after water reached the boat deck, but there are actually testimonies that say its stern rose up. Well, the Lusitania, now lifting about 13-14 degrees to starboard, begins to rise out of the water. Rising bodily out of the water. Well, some survivors said it sank bodily into water in its final plunge. Even there's even a sketch that depicts that, but others say it rose up. For me, it did both. My idea of it rose bodily up out of the water to an extent, and then it began to settle down. Well, Captain Turner, meanwhile, earlier was washed from the bridge, having put his life jacket on. He was later picked up by another boat. The Lusitania's starboard lift was worsened to about 25 degrees. Well, the Lusitania starts to settle bodily now, settling back into the water. Well, water is now up to the vessel's fourth funnel, the third funnel half submerged, the second funnel completely submerged. Well, several boats that were not released, such as boat 15 and boat 9, get dragged into the waters below. Well, those that went down and got trapped, for example, in the elevators, are drowned by the water increasing.
This is the story of how Pipedrive can accelerate your business growth. By automating admin when everyday tasks start.
Well, afterwards, the Lusitania fourth funnel and the last to submerge. A few people were sucked in when funnels went under. 3 people actually got sucked into one funnel but got blasted out by basically and survived, maybe by some sort of an explosion. Basically, 18 minutes after the impact, the Lusitania has finally sank, the mast being the last thing that submerges. Well, the sinking of the Lusitania caused outrage in the US because 123 US citizens were killed in the sinking. This was one of the main factors that led to the US going to war.